All right, so update. I know a lot of people wanted me to update what's going on with this whole Epstein list. So now they're saying there's no list. They said that it's no Epstein list. It was Obama and Hillary and Joe Biden and the Democrats made up a fake list. So I don't know how y'all feel about this, but the reality is we went from will you release the Epstein files when he was like, yeah, I'll release it. But then he said a lot of good people would get hurt if he released the files. And then he said he would do it. Basically, not so fast. February, March, around that time, they said the list was going to come out. And then Pam Bondi, the state attorney general, whatever, she was like, it's on my desk. The list is coming out. But now she's saying it's no list. They're all saying it's no list. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but how do you go from having a list to having no list? Like, I'm confused. And then now, that didn't work. So a lot of Trump supporters are starting to burn MAGA hats. Some of them starting to wake up. Some of them saying they got, bamboozled and they shouldn't have voted for him and they regret their vote. And some of them still saying, I like everything else about him, but I don't like this. So now, after all of that, Trump saying that the list was a hoax. He going to his normal defense. The list was a hoax. It's not a such thing as an Epstein list. He lied. They lied. It's the Democrats again. So the Democrats caused COVID. The Democrats caused inflation. The Democrats caused Hurricane Milton in Florida to be like bad. The Democrats is the cause for all the bad weather. The Democrats let all of the people cross the border. The Democrats is the reason why you got nothing. It's the Democrats' fault why the war in Ukraine is going on still, because we was giving them too much money or whatever they want to say. It's the Democrats' fault that the war even started. It's the Democrats' fault that Russia and Putin decide that they want to fight Ukraine. It's the Democrats' fault Palestine, Hamas, Israel, whatever. It's always the Democrats' fault. And Trump always fall back to the same thing. It's the Democrats. And some reason, his supporters is always like, you know what? It is the Democrats. The reason why I read off all those things is because think about this. Every time it's something, it's the Democrats' fault. No matter what it is, it's the Democrats' fault. It don't matter who's in charge. It don't matter who the leader is. It don't matter which party has the House and the Senate. It's always the Democrats' fault. In Florida where I live, the housing market, the insurance, it's getting bad. Like, it's a lot of houses for sale right now. Y'all about to see the market is coming down. The market is starting to come down. It's a lot of houses for rent. It's a lot of houses for sale. The market has definitely changed. And the governor, he stole your money. You know, our governor stole a lot of money. He got rid of the African American studies in the colleges. He don't want us to have black history. But somehow that's going to be the Democrats' fault too. That's my point. Everything that's going on in the Texas with the floods, that's the Democrats' fault. It's too many people coming across the border. It's the blacks, it's the browns, it's the DEIs. It's everybody else's fault except for Donald Trump. It's everybody else's fault except for white people. If you're brown or you're black, it's your fault. You know why? Because y'all don't want to work. Y'all just want to live off the government and get free everything and free housing and Medicaid and Medicare, and you want to live off the government forever with food stamps. So it's y'all fault. For everything that goes wrong, it's everybody that's black and brown fault. Although we all know that it's the white people that use more government assistance in this country, we all know that it's only 14 to 15%. If you look at the U.S. population, the black population in America is only 14 or 15%. But somehow, it's all our fault. The black people don't want to work. They don't want to do nothing. They want to sit on their butts. And they want to collect from the government. And that's the reason for the deficit. It's the reason why we all these trillions of dollars in debt. Even though those programs only make up 1% of our debt. Out of the 32 trillion that we own, plus this bill that Trump just passed, we talking a whole another, you know, 3 trillion, 4 trillion, 5 trillion more dollars added onto it. He added 8 trillion his first term. But somehow it's going to be the Democrats' fault. All of it. It's always the Democrats' fault, because you know why? The Democrats is not normal people. They just takers. They live off the government, and they messing up our country. So he wants to make America great again. He wants to get rid of the Democrats and make it where it's a one-party system. Only the Republicans. Elon Musk is starting his own party, the America First Party, whatever he's trying to start. I hope he do it, because I feel like it's going to take all these people that supported Elon, which is mostly MAGA at this point, and it's going to take away from the Republican vote. If we have another vote. Will we have another vote? Will we have another election? We don't know. This is how it works when you have a dictator. Authoritarianism is whatever. Authoritarianism, whatever. Y'all know the word. That's what we have right now. I have a problem saying that word for some reason. He wants to be a dictator. I don't even know. Like, the way it starts, this is how it starts. They turn the media against it. They make the people who don't believe nothing in the media. They make it where the people don't believe nothing that they hear. They only worship this guy. Next thing you know, he'll give you a reason why it won't be another election. It won't be no midterms. It won't be no general election. It'll just be Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Ron DeSantis from Florida is 100% worse. Well, I don't know. They're equally worse. We don't need him. So if y'all thinking about anything with this whole MAGA, if it's going to be another election, trust me, Ron DeSantis is probably going to run again. I know I'm switching topics, but if he runs again, do not select Ron DeSantis. Trump called him Ron the Sanctimonious. I think that name fits. So, back to what I was saying about this Epstien list. So, it's all the Democrats. It's all made up. None of it is real. Everything that y'all thought about the Epstien list, it was just the Democrats. It was all fake. It never existed. We don't know why for months they kept saying they're going to release it. We don't know why they're going around telling people that, but for some reason, that's what they're saying. It's the Democrats' fault. It was a fake list. It was never a list, never existed. Meanwhile, in Russia, Ukraine war, Russia keeps sending, heavy artillery. They getting weapons from North Korea. They don't just got weapons from North Korea. They using soldiers from North Korea. So this war is between Russia and North Korea. They combine, and I don't know, they say China might be sending weapons, but North Korea, Russia, and China versus Ukraine. America, Donald Trump talking about we're going to send more weapons. He said we're going to have a resolution. We're going to put more sanctions on Russia. They don't want to play fair. Let's put more sanctions on them. Problem with that is Russia found a way to get everything without America. They don't need us for trade. What is that going to hurt? And then he got the nerve to say that it's going to be 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 more months before, if the sanctions happen, it's not going to go into effect for another 2 or 3 months. Meanwhile, what we supposed to do? Well, what is Ukraine supposed to do? Sit back and just let Russia just keep on bombing them? America going to keep saying, well, Putin is not a good guy. When Trump said that he personally knew Putin and all he had to do was make a phone call and Putin was his guy and he admired his leadership and he said he was a strong man and he thought he was a man of integrity. Now he's starting to see that he's no good. Putin played Donald Trump. He got played like freaking tic-tac-toe. He got played like tic-tac-toe. He got played like Connect Four. He got played, I mean. So the reality is, now he's starting to say, I don't know what happened to Putin. I don't know what's going on. When all along, Kamala, Joe Biden, Barack, all of us been saying that he no good. We all knew that Putin was not good. Zelensky sat down in this man's office and tried to tell him that Putin is not a man of his word. He lies. He takes. He take everything he wants. He don't have to worry about all that. And then another thing we're going to talk about is the fact that I keep seeing people in the comments saying that it's Ukraine war. Why should we have to send money? Why is it fair that we send the weapons? Why do we have to do it? It's not America's problem. Let me tell y'all what the problem is. The problem is America and Russia came up with an agreement to get rid of Ukraine nuclear weapons. Take away the nuclear weapons. They made an agreement that give up your nukes and we will protect you. They made an agreement. It was an agreement. I forgot the exact year. Y'all can look it up. I'll look it up next time on my next podcast, but I'm sitting on the couch at the house right now. But we agreed to protect these people. Russia agreed to have peace with these people. Give up the nukes. We got your back. And now, Russia, the same people that made the agreement with them, decide to go and attack them. What America's supposed to do, being the allies that said they would protect them, it's supposed to protect them. But all of a sudden, we got amnesia. Give us your nukes, we'll protect you. But we took the nukes, and we talking about why we got to pay for it, why we got to help out, why we got to do this, why we got to do that. I'm just trying to figure out how this works. You take somebody weapons, you offer them protection, and then fast forward to 2024, 2023, whenever the war started, it's not our problem. Well, yeah, we know you gave us the nukes. It's not our problem. It's a reason why we won't go in Iraq. It's a reason why we will go in Iran. We won't go in Iraq no more, though, because that wasn't good for us. But they got nukes. They didn't give up their nukes. We said we was going to stop Iran from making nukes. Trump go send these missiles in. He missed. He might have slowed them down by 6 months to a year, maybe. They still going to have nukes. But Ukraine gave up the nukes. They fell for the hoax. They gave up the nukes. And when they gave up the nukes, now they need help. Now these American people are saying, how is it fair? Why do we got to keep sending money in? Why we got to help Ukraine? It's not our problem. Because we should have never took the nukes from them. Then they would have been able to defend themselves. Then Putin would not go in there after these people. He did it because he made a peace treaty with them. He made agreements with them. America agreed to protect these people. And guess what? We lied. Welcome to America. Lied again. And all of y'all keep saying it's not our problem. It is our problem. We took these people weapons, and we offered them protection, and we lied to them. And now we got to leave them to fend for themselves? It get real political, man. Y'all know how we do it.